And Erin Bates, you're on the ground, you're live to us from Parktown. Is this the day that Mr. McBride will testify?
Today is the day that we expect Robert McBride, former IPID head, to finally testify at the state capture inquiry. It's been twice postponed and it's much anticipated. Political analyst Karima Brown joins me now. Karima, this has been a long time coming. What do we expect from McBride?
What we expect from McBride is an explanation, a granular explanation of the extent to which our law enforcement agencies have been captured by the state project. In a piece written by Marianne Tam yesterday, the investigative unit of the Daily Maverick Scorpio, we see, for example, the way in which McBride speaks of the fact that he was part of a transitional team that needed to place people together with the late Minister Collins Chabani as well as Salima Pahila from the SACP, and how they were then introduced to an alternative set of people called the Engine Room from Jacob Zuma to deal with appointments. And these people had absolutely no mandate. They were not ANC members. They were not appointed by the deployment committee. And the interesting thing is that the people he mentions in this group includes former Minister of Police Nathi Nhleko. Now, we of course know that Nathi Nhleko did his utmost to get rid of Robert McBride as head of IPID. He also speaks about Glenn Mashinini, who is the head of the IEC, who is part of this Engine Room and part of Zuma's inner circle, deciding where to place people. People like Tom Moyane is mentioned. And of course, that goes to the heart of what this commission is about. We're looking at whether there is evidence that President Jacob Zuma outsourced his executive responsibility to a set of people that use the state to enrich themselves and their families. And today we're going to hear how they try to do this in the criminal justice system to protect people who fell through the cracks, to make dockets disappear, to investigate people that are difficult, that's not cooperating, to muscle them out. We're going to hear how people like Bernie Tlemeza, Khomotso Pahlane, the former acting police commissioner, are involved in actual crimes. And these are people that are, of course, meant to uphold the law. So this is going to be an explosive testimony. But what Robert McBride has also done is that he's got reams and reams of evidence, because he was, of course, the head of IPID, and he has successfully actually been able to, win prosecutions against him. He was reinstated back into his job. So I expect a lot of detail, a lot of paperwork, and a large paper trail to support the claims that he's going to be making at this commission today.
That's a succinct summary there of what we can expect. Of course, as Karima has suggested, there's a bitter irony in the fact that the Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture, corruption and fraud will be looking into people whose mandate, whose duty is to uphold the law and are alleged to have been roped into efforts to, in fact, protect a certain political faction. We heard, for example, from the likes of Mcebisi Jonas saying a Gupta brother had boasted about the amount of control that family had over law enforcement agencies and agents. And then we also heard from Angelo Agrizzi about bribes paid to people in the National Prosecuting Authority, amongst others. And that's the kind of information we're going to hear when Robert McBride takes the stand from 9:30 this morning.
Thank you very much, Erin Bates there and Karima Brown.